Breathe me into the light slowly.
Hello, what is up YouTube? This is Grizzzlyjer here, and this video is going to be me basically going over, how to be a good at killing other players on GTA 5. Yes, so if you this video is really for anyone really. If you can either be, really good at killing other players, or you can be a complete noob. But yes, I'm going to try to give you as many tips as I can to help you, increase your killing abilities. And I've been playing GTA since a month after the game came out, so I have a lot of experience. So yeah, and this is actually my only game I have, so GTA is really all I know when it comes to like Xbox One and everything. But yeah, this is for the Xbox One, but I'm sure you can apply a lot of the stuff that I'm about to talk about for PlayStation 4 and PC. I mean, I'm sure it's all the same thing. It's just when it comes to the controllers, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of difference, but there's a lot of tips that I can give you. So yes, let's get started. So the first thing, blips. So whenever you're in a deathmatch, and whenever other players are shooting, like let's say right now I'm in a deathmatch and I'm about to run around a corner right here, and then I shoot like right like this, like I just start shooting for no reason. I'm gonna appear on the mini map. So obviously the mini map is at the bottom left of the screen. So if you're if you're on the other team, or if we're like in a regular deathmatch, my blip is gonna light up. So you gotta just pretty much use your mini map. Be aware, that like whenever you shoot someone, or whenever you randomly start spraying around, like people can see your blip, and depending on what type of attachments you have on your gun, your blip will be highlighted for a certain amount of time. So that's why for all my guns, or for all the guns that I can have the suppressor on, I have the suppressor on it. But my favorite gun to use definitely has a suppressor, and it does help in death matches because like the blip, like I said, it just gets unhighlighted super fast. So use your blip whenever you're in death matches. But I mean, eventually you'll get to the point where you don't have to just constantly just be looking back at your blip, and it'll just be like a reflex. Like you'll shoot, or you'll hear someone shoot, and then you'll check out the blip, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, there's someone right there. And let me see. Next, life points. Okay, so I'm a level 596, so I have a lot of life points. I don't know if you knew this already, but it's a lot harder to kill like a level 1000 than it is to kill level 10. So pretty much, if you want to be better at killing, try to get your life points up. And I would suggest doing that by just doing death matches. Obviously, if you're trying to get good at killing people, common sense, do death matches. But obviously with time, you're going to get your level up, and that's going to help you take more damage. And yeah, so pretty much if you're in a gun battle with a level 1000 and you're near level 100, you're most likely going to lose based off of the level. The person probably has more experience, more life points, so keep that in mind. So just going over again what I covered. We talked about blips. Remember, when you shoot, your icon, it lights up, so be aware of that. And other people's icons light up too. But there is actually this kind of special effect where, like, let's say I get killed like 3 times in a row. You can actually have the option of for like I think it's about like a minute or until you get a kill. But you basically press like a certain button when you're trying to respawn, and basically it lets you be invisible, or like it'll let you get like triple damage, or give triple damage or something. So just be aware of that. But that's not really I mean, unless you're really bad, you don't really have to worry about that. But either way, it doesn't really do much, because I mean, it only lasts until you kill one person, and then your blip lights up again. But yeah, and then life points, the higher the level, the more harder it's gonna be for you to kill, because you can take more bullets. And attachments. So attachments, pretty much whenever you go to the gun store, obviously you can buy all those like nice little gadgets and everything, but the ones that are important to get is the suppressor, the grip, scope, and obviously an extended magazine, or the box magazine, or whatever it's called for your special gun. But see, like this one's called a drum magazine. But pretty much make sure you have the scope, the grip, the suppressor, and the extended clip, because those are the best ones to have for the guns. And don't get flashlight on your guns, because when obviously, since death matches kind of take place in different types of environments, it's really not worth it to have a flashlight on your gun, because next thing you know, you'll be in a death match in the dark, and you're going to be going around a corner with your gun pre-aimed, and next thing you know, your light's going to be giving you your location away, and someone's going to know you're right around the corner, and then the next thing you know, you have someone shooting an RPG right around your corner, and then you'll get blown up because you have a flashlight on your gun. So yeah, like I said, the best attachments to get for all your guns that you can get the attachments for would be the suppressor, box magazine, or the extended clip, grip, and scope. Get those for all your guns. Don't get flashlights, and just pretty much don't get any other extensions, obviously, than these. Headshots. So headshots. Pretty much, if you haven't already figured it out, whenever you shoot another player in the head, it just pretty much instantly kills them. But again, unless they're high level, it might be a little harder to kill them. So pretty much in the death match, always try to aim for the head. Don't shoot the body, because it's going to be harder to kill. Try to always, every time when you aim, try to get in the habit of slightly moving your analog stick up. And that little 1 centimeter you move your aim up will make the difference, and you'll see yourself dropping people with 1 kill, and 1 bullet. A good way I practice this, and I mean obviously you can do it too, is pistols. Do death matches with just pistols, and it forces you to learn how to do headshots, because you'll quickly learn when you just shoot someone and aim and try to shoot at their body with a pistol, it takes forever to kill them. So I would say practice with the pistols. Eventually with shooting in the head with all your other guns. So yeah, again, headshots, aim for the head. And this actually is because there's these things, they're called helmets, and I'll show you right now. But in the game GTA, obviously there's helmets. Let me show you. Boom. So I have a pre-made set outfit. This is my outfit I use for killing other players. I found, oh yeah, actually, I guess I might as well describe my outfit. Well, I found that wearing gray is the best color to have, because most of the time, most of the death matches take place in urban settings. So I mean, there's no point in being dressed in all yellow or all red, or especially all red, because I mean, or I don't know, those colors, those 2 colors I just said right there, they obviously stand out a lot. But if you're wearing, or I guess even black too, black's good I guess as well, but gray to me is probably the best color to wear when you're killing other players. So if you want to copy the outfit I have, go for it. But yes, what I was going to actually talk about though, or point out, was the helmets. So people, they use helmets to, basically if you're wearing a helmet, it makes you harder to be headshotted, because it protects your head obviously. So if you're wearing a helmet, or yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're wearing a helmet in a death match, you're going to be harder to kill. So if you're trying to get better at killing other players, yeah, if you want to do it the easy way, because this helps a lot, you can wear a helmet, and I'll protect your head. Yeah. Yeah, but helmets, they help. And obviously if there's another player, like let's say, I mean you don't have to use a helmet, but if you pretty much want to get better at killing other players, wearing a helmet's going to help you get more kills. So yep. And actually, as for the clothing too though, the reason why I'm wearing these shoes is because, like, let's say you were wearing boots and you were trying to be sneaky, obviously going stealth mode, you're gonna be heard by other players if you're wearing boots, like, because you can hear it, like when you're running around and stuff with boots, you'll hear the sounds of like the the sound effects. So try to make sure you get shoes that don't make any noise when you're running, because yeah, you never know, you'll be playing against someone that has some really good headphones or a good headset, and they'll pick you up real quickly, and they'll be like, okay. So yeah, make sure to keep in mind about your clothes. Try to blend in with your environment. If all you do is do death matches out in the wilderness, and obviously wear camo like green, brown, and all that stuff. If you mix it up like all the time, like I do, well then just wear gray. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry. I actually should have said this in the very beginning of the video, but feel free to like pause the video, rewind it. If you don't understand a part, just go back and check it out again, because I know I might not. I mean, you might not get it the first time, or I might talk a little too fast for you, maybe. So just don't forget, you can obviously, pause it and rewind it until you you understand it.
Okay, so you're in serious
And I got the
trouble.
cops off me.
My help. Okay.
And let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. Let me see. Okay, well, obviously, deathmatch experience. So, pretty much, I have like 4,000 or like 5,000 death matches that I've done already. So, I have a lot of experience with death matches. That's why I'm able to make this video and like accurately like give out like tips and stuff. So, pretty much like yeah, with death matches, I mean, if you just obviously want to get good at killing people, just do death matches like crazy. Or if you're just trying to get good at death matches, just do death matches, obviously. Like, I mean, you're not going to get good at doing death matches by practicing shooting a wall, So, it's obviously better to just do it, face the pain, get killed 24/7, but eventually you're going to get the hang of it. You're going to learn about spawn points and stuff. I'll go over that later. But yeah, just do death matches, do them, and that's pretty much the no-brainer way of getting better at killing people, because then whenever you run into someone in free roam that wants to kill you for no reason, you'll be like, oh, I've already done this a million times, let me just go and headshot this dude. And, yep, so experience, that's one way to get better at killing people. Let's see, what else? Rolling. Okay, so this one's really important. So to roll, pretty much, it's just like, if you don't know how to roll yet, you aim at someone, like if you're going to shoot someone, just aim as if you're going to shoot someone, like you always are used to, but press X while you do it. And that will actually make your player roll. And this was really important for me whenever I first started learning how to kill people, because I didn't know how to roll, and I got rolled on so many times, and then I finally looked up a video on YouTube on how to do it, and then I was like, oh. So yeah, so to roll, you press, let me see, you press LT, because you have to aim first, obviously, and then you press X, and that's how you roll. And now this is where technique comes into play. So to be good at rolling, or to make it really count, you want to roll left to right, or actually, no, my bad, you actually want to roll while rotating your analog stick. So rotate your left analog stick and hold X. And this is going to make it really hard for you to be shot by normal players, because they're going to be like, man, this guy's like a freaking snake, he's just rolling around everywhere. And let me see, yeah, so pretty much learn how to roll, or if it's whatever's easier for you, as long as you're rolling, you're good. Just try not to roll front or back, because that doesn't really do anything, because the person's aim is pretty much still on you. Whereas if you roll left or right, obviously the dot isn't going to go left or right. So make sure you roll left, right, or just, always straight left or straight right, or in a circle, but do one of those techniques. And let's see, so people play differently, obviously. Some people, they just run and just shoot. They don't even bother to take cover. And there's different ways of obviously killing. You'll learn your preferred method on how to, go about killing people. Me personally, I just run and shoot. I don't go and like take cover, because to me it's just, I don't know, I don't really like just sitting and waiting for people, but you can do that as well. But that's the thing, those tactics, like either, or decide, what you're gonna do. Are you gonna be like a runner and a shooter, or are you gonna be more stealthy about it? Or you can mix it up, or you can combine them, or you can even create your own. But pretty much try to find which one you're gonna do, and then stick with it so you can get good at it, instead of just getting good at waiting, and because then you'll become a pro at being like a ninja or something. Or you can just become a pro at just running and just straight up killing people. Whichever one you want to choose. And let's see, okay, so the best gun in GTA. So the best gun, to me, would have to be the advanced rifle, even though I don't have it because I dropped it the other day when I was doing a deathmatch. But the advanced rifle is, to me, the best gun in the game. All the times that I've killed people or been killed by people on the game, usually they're using an advanced rifle. I mean, honestly, I usually use the advanced rifle or the carbine rifle. But the carbine rifle was my favorite for the longest time, until I realized that all the times whenever I'd get killed, like easily and stuff, I would realize like, oh, the other guy's using an advanced rifle. So The best gun in the game, if you were curious, is the advanced rifle. Like I said, I mean, I've done like thousands of death matches, and from experience, if you want to, you know, not learn the hard way, it's the advanced rifle. And so like the best guns in the game, I'm gonna go over the best guns, would have to be the advanced rifle for your rifle, like little slot. I like the RPG. So to me, obviously, you know, this is your own opinion, but to me, the best guns in the game are going to be the assault shotgun, heavy sniper, the advanced rifle, combat MG, AP pistol, sticky bombs, and assault shotgun. I'm not sure if I already covered that. And yeah, that's about it. And as for fist, well, I don't even know. I don't really use melee, so yeah, but yep, these are the best weapons, so if you're able to get any of these, try to get them. And make sure to obviously get the attachments for them. Let's see, trying to think. Okay, so another good way to get good at death matches is obviously, like I said, doing death matches, but there's a funner way of going about it. Like, the good thing about GTA is obviously, you know, you have the options of joining crews. I have been in a bunch of random crews, but whenever I started getting really into death matches, I joined a deathmatch crew. And pretty much it makes doing death matches fun because you basically have a team of players you play with all the time. You know, you guys are always on the same team, and you guys pretty much either kill randoms or you guys go against other teams. And it's a pretty fun way to learn how to, or to get better at death matches. And if you're fortunate enough, you'll be able to join a deathmatch crew that doesn't really have like they're not really strict about how good you have to be to join their crew. But yeah, so obviously if you're interested in joining deathmatch crews, go to the crews page on the Rockstar website, and then go to crews, and I don't know, I guess type in deathmatch or something, and I'm sure eventually you'll find a deathmatch crew, or, you know, just play death matches. You know, when you run into good players, you know, send them a message, you know, ask them if they're in a crew. If they're in a crew, they'll obviously invite you to one. And yep, so that's definitely one thing that I learned the hard way. I would play with randoms so many times, and then I finally was like, alright, I'm gonna see if I can find a group of players to play with all the time. I did, it was fun. And now another thing too, there's like these group of players, they like to they run and gun, that's what they call it, running gunning. That's another kind of like, I guess, like a style playing death matches, or getting, you know, being able to kill their players. And pretty much you use a rifle. I think that's the funny thing. Usually it's the advanced rifle, I believe, and usually you go around and like the way of doing that is you're not supposed to take cover, so you don't take cover, and you don't use helmets. So like what I'm wearing right now, it's a no-no if you're consider yourself a running gunner, or if you want to try to become a running gunner. But pretty much, I mean, I have run and gunned a lot of times, and yeah, it's fun. I mean, I actually consider myself like a, well, I wouldn't say it's hard to say. I mean, whenever you do death matches, I mean, I don't know. Because with running gunning, I guess the reason why I wouldn't consider myself a running gunner is because I don't just use my rifle. I use like a lot of other guns. I definitely use the RPG. It's definitely accurate. It's very useful. But pretty much, running gunning. If you wanna, it's kind of like the same thing like deathmatch crews. If you want to join a run and gun deathmatch crew, if you're not really a fan of people just sitting like, you know, waiting behind a wall for you, or like, you know, just popping out of nowhere. If you're tired of getting shotgunned in one hit, shotgunned by like level 5s, and join a running gun crew, you'll probably go against other running gun crews, and you can expect to only go against people with rifles that won't take cover, that won't use helmets, etc. I mean, you can learn more about them, because like I said, honestly, I'm not really a running gunner, but I just thought I'd bring it up because that's definitely a part of death matches and killing other players. Okay, KDs. So another thing about killing players and stuff is your KD. Obviously, the better your KD, most likely the better of a killer you are. But then again, like if you were to create a new account right now and kill one person, your KD is going to say 1.0, and then if you kill 2 people, it's going to say 2.0, etc. So sometimes KDs aren't accurate, and a lot of times I run into people that have like 55.00 KDs because like they mod and stuff. So Yeah, but I mean, you'll usually, if you're a high level, like this guy for example, his KD is probably legit, so it's 0.98, so he's not bad. 0.97, level 100. Let me see, that KD is probably legit, 0.11 for level 15, yes. 1.93, I'm a level 596, so that makes sense. So pretty much, yeah, if you, once you start getting, or that's one way to measure if you're getting better at killing people, obviously, is if you see your KD going up. Or let's say you get challenged to a death match with someone, or you're in a death match and you want to check to see how good the other players are. If you check to see their KDs and if they all have like, you know, over like 1.3 K, 1.3 or 1.3 KDs and up, then, and if your KDs obviously, if you're not good, then yeah, you might as well just, I don't know, just get ready to die because yeah. But yeah, KDs, they're important with killing other players. Okay, let's see. And practicing. So, like I said earlier, the death matching, like, or doing death matches, to me, that gives you like the best practice at killing other players. It really depends though what you want to get good at though. If you want to do if you want to get good at just killing people in death matches, then obviously just do a bunch of death matches. And if you want to get good at killing people in free roam, then obviously just don't even do death matches. Just kill people in free roam. Oh, and that's another thing too. If you kill people in free roam and just free roam, and if you don't do death matches, don't even bother putting on the suppressor on your guns because it's useless. Because the suppressor is only really good for death matches. But yeah, so obviously practice. So I mean, you're not gonna get good at killing people after you know, if you watch this video one time and then don't listen to anything I suggested or told you to do, and then you just run around and try to kill someone. Like, you know, you have to like, or what I'm trying to say is don't expect to be like a beast. Like, it's going to take a little bit of practice. It would probably take you, I don't know, you're going to have to kill a lot of people, like, but yeah, I mean, if you just apply everything that you're listening to or that I'm telling you in the video, you will definitely get good. But yes, practice, obviously, if you want to get good, it's going to take time, so you're going to have to put in the work. So yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, trying to get good at killing people, but yep, just practice. You can either practice doing death matches, you can either just try to kill people and free roam. You can just have your friends, you know, pretend like they're bad guys trying to kill you, and you can tell them to use a certain gun. You can practice on your friends. You can, I guess you could try to practice aiming at the wall. Yep. You're not gonna get good if you don't practice, so practice. Sensitivity. So this is pretty big too. So once you get the hang of it, or if you want to just do it now, you can come over here. So this might look a little confusing. Honestly, to me, it still kind of looks annoying and confusing, but pretty much you have all these settings. Let me see. So I used to have my vibration off, and honestly, the vibration off is probably the better option if you want to like really be a good killer, because let's say you're trying to snipe someone and you shoot them, well, your controller's going to shake a little bit, and that something like that small can make the difference between getting the kill or not, or you winning that gun battle with that person in a death match. So yeah, decide whether you want to have the vibration on for like, you know, the realistic effects of like, you know, crashing into a pole of a car, or if you want to, you know, have it off to try to make sure, you know, you do everything you can to be like the best killer you can be. Whenever I used to be serious about it, I would have it off. So if you want to be really good, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to probably turn it off. Third person aiming sensitivity. Obviously, the more to the left you have it, the slower it's going to be. So, me personally, I would suggest you turn it all the way to the right. And even if it's like super hard for you, eventually you'll get used to it, and yeah, you'll thank me later. And same thing for the look around sensitivity, look dead zone, etc. First person, as you can see, just turn it all to the right. Well, no, for the third person stuff, make sure it's turned all the way to the right. That'll make you be able to turn a lot faster, and it will make the difference whenever you're trying to kill someone. Because let's say there's someone behind you, and you want to turn around. Well, if yours is all slow, it's going to take you forever to turn around and kill the other person. So if you have it set to high, then you just boom. And that's another thing too, is actually, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like if you actually press the right analog stick, like let's say I'm running right and I'm in a death match, or so I'm trying to kill someone and then they're magically behind me, well, you can press the right analog stick and then your guy's already turned around, and then you just obviously aim and then, you know, fire. So instead of having to go and turn around manually, you can just boom. And I believe, yeah, you can't do it while you're aimed. It just obviously makes you zoom in like that. So yeah, that's just a tip right there for you. Definitely to try to make sure you remember. But you have to. It will take practice to get used to doing it. But it definitely does make the difference. So yeah, that was the sensitivity. But I actually didn't finish covering it all. So let me see. So sensitivity. Make sure you have it all the way to the right. Allow movement when zoomed. Make sure to have that on. And definitely what's important is the targeting mode. Targeting mode, I know they have like free aim, you have like partially assisted aim full or something like that. So me personally, I would just leave it on assisted aim full or turn it to assisted aim full. The only way you can change it is by going to story mode and then going to back to this area controls, because for some reason it doesn't let you change it while you're in online. And the good thing about this though is that, I mean, I think it doesn't, or no, okay, so if you're a free aim, you can only go against free aim. If you're assisted aim full, you can, I believe, go against assisted aim partial or something like that. But pretty much, let's say you're a free aimer. If you're a free aimer, you don't have to worry about going against people that are assisted aim full. But yeah, so that's the good thing, I guess. So if you're a free aimer, then you don't have to worry about, you know, this targeting stuff. But if you do use the targeting system, like the automatic targeting system, auto aim, just make sure it's on assisted aim full, because that, to me, that gives you the best, the strongest aim. So let's say you're like in a death match and you can't see someone in a tree, but you can see the fire. Well, if you have the full on, it's gonna pick up the person better than if it wasn't completely on full and if it was on the other one. So make sure it's on full. And another thing too for death matches is, like, let's say you're in a death match against one person and they're, you know, they have the lead and you really want the win. But I mean, you don't even have to, you know, obviously really want the win. But I mean, basically, like, let's say you're up by 5 and the score is 5-0. Well, there's really no point in you continuing to rush at them, because the pressure's on them to win. So pretty much, if you're in a death match, make sure that you you know, you keep track of like your score and stuff, and that's where like playing with randoms or playing with a team kind of pays off. Because if you're obviously playing with randoms and if you guys are winning, and if you still have your random level 3s running at the level 100s, it's, you know, kind of stupid and counterproductive. So yeah, just know when to rush and know when to take it easy. And I'm not saying, you know, whenever the score's 20-10 to just sit there and wait, but I mean, basically, you know, you don't have to freaking run for your life to the other guy, you know, like there's no tomorrow. You can just chill, you know, you can just still be productive. Me, what I like to do is whenever, like, or actually I kind of just like to do it all the time though, but something that you should learn how to, or practice learning how to do, is throwing grenades and making them count. Because, man, I got good at that. Like, before I wouldn't even really use the grenades, but I started watching some random Call of Duty videos and I would see how accurate they were with their grenades, and I started practicing trying to be accurate with the grenades, and I got to the point where I could just like throw a grenade, trying to kill someone, and it just hits them and boom, they're dead. So yeah, that's definitely something you should try to learn how to do though. Just pretty much just be aware, you know, to know when you're up and when you're down in like your scores in a death match. And let me see. And the other thing too, man, there's like so much stuff you can go over about killing people. Okay, so if you go to display and if you go to weapon target, see how it's set to simple? Well, that means that, you know, obviously I have like just a little dot, but if you go to complex, it actually makes it look like, well, I'll show you, it makes it look like that. And then obviously you have different ones. I guess for the rifles, that one. Combat MG is this one. Pistol is that one. RPG is this one. So as you can see, it changed the dot to like this kind of thing. You see what I'm talking about? It doesn't look the same. It's not just a dot anymore. Now it's like a freaking cross or something. So yeah, well, that's still the same. Pretty much, if you want to mess with it, like if you like the way this looks, then go for it. You know, remember, just go to online. Oh, my bad. Go to settings, controls, and then, oh no, my bad. Go to display, go to weapon target, and then go from simple to complex, and see if that helps you, you know, get better at killing people. Let's see, safe zone size, wonder what that is. Yes. Yeah, so let me see, what else can I think of? Taking cover, we already went over that. Obviously you know how to take cover. If you take cover, just press your, press the right button, right bumper. What else? Snacks. So, if you want to do this, it will probably help you as well. But whenever you're whenever you need to take cover, or whenever you can't find the other player, and you notice that your life points, you know, at the bottom left hand of the video, you can see it, like the little green thing. If your life points are set to half, you know, you might as well take some time and snack up. So go to inventory, you know, go to your snacks and just start eating away. See, and that can make the difference too in death matches and stuff, because while your opponent's just running around trying to kill you, you know, you're actually bringing your life points back up, and if you, as long as you keep doing that, that can make the difference between winning the death match or not. So remember to make sure to buy your snacks and stuff if you want to try to go that route, so you can always try to get those wins, those kills. Armor, same thing for armor too. Obviously, if you go to inventory, body armor, you can click armor, and yep. So that combined with snacks, and it's kind of like you're invincible. But I mean, obviously, eventually you will run out of your armor and your snacks, but it does make the difference. Little things like that make the difference. You get like really, really good. Everything I'm talking about, obviously, is only going to help you be a better killer. So just, yeah, learn it. Map knowledge. This is a big thing too. So with death matches, obviously, there's spawn points. There's certain areas, you know, where the players spawn. Well, let's say there's one deathmatch map you want to get good at. Well, then obviously do that deathmatch like crazy, because then you'll learn the spawn points. You'll learn, you know, where certain armor pickups are, where certain life point pickups are, where certain good camping spots are. You know, so depending on, like, you know, if you just do every deathmatch, then just go crazy. You know, eventually there'll be certain death matches that, you know, you can be like, oh yeah, I've done this one a million times already. I know where the spawn points are. I know where the best spots to wait for people to come so I can kill them. So yeah, just keep in mind map knowledge. Same thing with spawn points, same thing. And let me see, I believe that's everything. I'm trying to think of what else I could cover, but that is seriously, I think, everything I could possibly go over with killing people. So yeah, this video was again intended for either complete noobs or, you know, people that are already good at killing players. You know, if you want to touch up a little bit on, you know, your killing skills. Yeah, you know, I hope I was able to give you a tip or two that might be able to make you be a better killer. But just going over, I'm gonna go over again just everything that I covered. Just quick little cover. I'm gonna cover it real quick. Let me see. Blub 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 blub. Okay, so blips, don't forget the blips. Bottom left hand corner, when you shoot, it'll make your dot appear. And same thing for other people. If someone's shooting, you should be able to see their red dot, you know, and eventually it'll become like a reflex. You know, you'll get used to kind of just glancing at the blip, seeing if you can see any red dots, anyone making any noise. And that's another thing too, actually, my bad. Now that I'm glad I came back over there, is that if someone's running, like if another player is running in a deathmatch, and if they're on the other team, they're the bad guy, and if they're close enough to you, you should be able to see their red dot. So you don't have to just shoot. Sometimes if you fall down, if you are, like I said, if you're running, pretty much if you make noise, your blip will appear. So I mean, I believe if you're just like this all the time, you know, in stealth mode, if you press your left analog stick, you can go into stealth mode, and yeah, that's one way to always be I guess, you know, yeah, stealthy, yeah. Just run around like this all day, you know. I get like, yeah, this is another tactic too, you know, just walking around. Okay, and actually, I didn't cover that yet though, but that reminds me. So, obviously, like I said, when you're aiming, you know, roll, that will make the difference when you're killing people, because people won't be used to that. But if you don't know how to play claw already, I would suggest you learn how to play claw. Look up some videos on how to play claw, but that's what I do. That was another thing I had to learn the hard way. Was I would play against people and I was like always like, man, how are they able to roll so fast, like without, it's like, or how are they able to roll and do multiple things at once? But then I looked up how to play claw, and I taught myself how to play claw, and now I'm able to roll. And as you can see, I'm not just rolling, but I'm like running at the same time too. And pretty much when you learn how to play claw, you're able to shoot, roll, run. You're able to do more things. So it's definitely an advantage. So that's actually super important. I should have put that at the very beginning of the video, but yeah. So if you were able to watch the whole video, then right now you're probably learning something big time. So yeah, try to teach yourself how to play claw. Get in the habit of when you roll, not just holding X. You know, obviously with your pointer finger, hold X and A. Rotate that hand lock stick. You know, don't move left. Don't move. You know, obviously moving left to right's good too, but I mean, rotating it in a circle is probably the best way. And let me see. So I'm glad I went over that. And also, another thing too is whenever you're rolling, or even whenever you're shooting too, try to make sure you're like this. Try to make sure you're in stealth mode when you do it, because it makes your shots more accurate. And also, people, or most players, won't be used to your head being down here. They'll be used to your head being right here. So, unless they're really, really good players. So, yeah, but basically, if you want to try to get better at killing people, try to get used to shooting with the left analog stick pressed in. So press the left analog stick when you're aimed, and then obviously combine that with rolling and running, and you're gonna be a beast. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, so blips, life points. Remember, the higher the level you are, the more harder it will be for you to get killed. Attachments, make sure you have those attachments I went over. If you don't remember, go back to that part of the video. Headshots, aim for the head, always. Clothing, make sure you blend in with your environment. Make sure you don't have boots when you're killing other players, unless you're in free roam, then it doesn't matter. And obviously, remember, if you want to, you know, depending on if you're a running gunner or not, use a helmet. Let me see. Obviously, do death matches like crazy if you want to get good at doing death matches. If you want to get good at killing players in free roam, then, you know, take advantage of using your cars or your helicopters or your jets or whatever you're going to be using. But whatever's your bread and butter, go for it. Do it. Let me see. Rolling. You know, obviously, I already covered that. Press X when you're aimed. That's how you roll. Running and rolling, or doing all that. Tactics. Either, you know, you can run and gun. You can lay in wait. You can do a combination of both. You can run around in stealth mode. But yeah, pick your tactic or use all of them. It's really best to use all of them. But yeah. Best gun, the advanced rifle. The best Deathmatch Crew if you want to. It'll make doing death matches a lot funner. Or even create your own. Running gunning. We went over that. It's like pretty much a style of playing, of killing. Your KD, obviously, it'll tell you if you're getting better, or if you're getting worse, or actually, and that doesn't even if you're actually playing with really, really good players, trust me, your KD will drop, or all you guys will have a bad KD because you guys are all killing each other all the time. So, I mean, once you get really, really good, you'll notice that your KD starts dropping. So yeah. Not all the time doesn't mean how good you are, but that's an easy way to tell if a player knows how to kill or not. Usually you can just check your KD, and if it's kind of high, then they know what they're doing. Practice, if you're gonna, practice everything I'm telling you in this video. Practice makes perfect. Sensitivity, we went over that. Make sure you have everything turned all the way to the right. Know when to rush in, know when to chill. Remember, you can mess with the aim and not just have a dot. Take cover when you need to. I mean, there is times where you will need to take cover, obviously. Be smart, play smart. Snacks, remember you can snack up, hold select, go to inventory, snacks, body armor. Map knowledge, depending on if you do the same map over and over, or if you do random maps, just remember that map knowledge plays a big part. Spawn points, obviously the same thing. Yep, and then just obviously whichever one you choose to do, free aim or assisted aim, just be aware that there's differences, and you choose which one you want to get good at. And yep, I think that is the end of the video. So yeah, this was tips, on how to get good at death matches, how to get good at killing other players for GTA. from a level. It says I'm 596, but I'm really like level like 700 because I freaking make so many random accounts and play on them and then just delete them. So yeah, I hope I helped you get better at killing. Go show off to your friends, or go impress your deathmatch crew, or go from getting wrecked all the time to getting really good. Do whatever you want. I hope I helped you though. If you enjoyed the video, like it, leave a comment, and I'll try to reply to you if I can. And yeah, subscribe if you'd like. I mean, this is like my first like how-to video for like GTA. Usually I just try to make random videos that I feel like making, but this one I kind of was like, might as well make it. But yeah, I hope it helped you. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, like, make a comment, subscribe, share. If you have a deathmatch crew, feel free to let them see this, just in case if they don't know something, or just just so they can go over and they can be like, oh yeah, now I'll lay and pray, or now I know when to rush in and rush out or whatever. But yep, thank you for watching. This is Grizzzlyjer. Peace.